position and wait for my go.
Okay guys, welcome back to our tutorial. This is tutorial where we're going to complete our website by creating a back to top button. Okay, for example, if you start to scroll on your website start getting longer and longer. So to help the user to navigate through and back to the top page, we are going to create the back to top button. Okay, so first of all, open the files that you have completed. So we are going to use the index file. Okay, so just drag your index file over here. Okay, and then until the plus signs forms, and then what we can do is that the index file will be open. Okay, so first of all, we are going to create the buttons for the back to top buttons, and then after that what we're going to do is we're going to apply some script so that button will be working. Okay, so first of all, we're going to insert a div. Okay, so you can name this div my btn stands for button, and then click OK. Alright, so what I want you guys to do is to name it as back to top. Okay, so the button goes here. Anyway, we're going to use some script to hide this button so it will not be displayed when the website is working. Okay, so the button is here, and then afterwards what we're going to do is we are going to set up some size for that particular button. Okay, so click on the buttons. Okay, click on the button over here, and then click on X selector. There you go, your button. And then we're going to design the button a little bit, okay, with a bit of size. Set the width to 100 pixels, and then the height to 50 pixels, maybe around 40 pixels. And then we select some backgrounds. Click over here on background, color, maybe some maroon color over here. Once you make the selection, just hit enter, and the color will be there. And we're going to give some sort of a padding so that it goes well with the design of the button. Okay, scroll up until you find a padding. Okay, give a 15 pixels of padding all around, and then it will be nicely placed. Okay, so we're going to make adjustment in terms of the sizes. So go back to your height, reduce the size to 20 pixels so we look better. Okay, and then go to text. Make sure your text align to center, and then it will center accordingly. And then we can change some colors to the text so it will look like that better. And maybe a last one would be the font family, so we can use Helvetica to make sure the fonts looks good. Okay, so now we're going to after we set up the design for the button, and then we can apply some properties so this button will be working. Okay, now the button is there. We preview first. Okay, over here, right clicks, open with Google Chrome. Alright, so the button is there. What we're going to do now is to place this button over here, and once you really scroll down, the button will be appeared, so we can click and then it goes back to the top. Okay, so in order to do that, click again in the selector my button. Okay, go to the position, scroll down until you see a position over here. Scroll in the position over here, select on fix. Okay, so that means just going to stick over there. Select my pixels, would be on the right is 20 pixels, and then on the bottom is put a 30 pixel. Okay, so that will place the button correctly by using these properties: fix, right and bottom. Okay, so by right, if I will save my file over here, preview my buttons, okay, so from here, so it will be placed over here. Okay, so now the button is already appeared. Okay, now what we're going to do is that we are going to make the button only appeared when we scroll down the website, okay, not appeared all the time. So to do that, okay, so what you need to do afterward is to copy the script that have been given to you and place the script in the bottom of your code. Okay, so this is the script that have been given to you inside the notepad. Okay, so what you need to do is to copy from script over here until this script, copy, Control C to copy. Okay, go to your code over here and then put it over here, okay, before the body and HTML, but after the ending of the div tag. So paste it over there. Okay, so once already pasted, so the script is this is the script that I have given to you, and then we're going to make some adjustment again back to the button over here to make it disappear before it will be scrolled. Okay, so click over here. Okay, select on the functions over here. Okay, so select display, set to none. Okay, so now the button have been disappeared. So if we save all and preview our sites, refresh, okay, the button is not there. And then when we scroll, okay, when we scroll, only the button will be appearing. Alright, so but now the function is not you cannot click. What we will want to do next is to make sure this button is functional. To do that is quite simple. You scroll down. Over here, there is an indication that mention when the user click on the button. Okay, and scroll to the top of the document. So what you're going to do is that you're going to copy this function over here. Copy this function and then paste it into the button, which is over here. Okay, and then you type over there on. Okay, on click. Okay, so it will give a suggestion. Okay, and then paste the function inside there. Okay, paste the function inside there, and then click file, save all, preview again. So okay, so now when we scroll and then when we click, it will go up to the top. Okay, so now I'm at the footer. Okay, click, go up to the top. So but now the the button function is working. What we're going to do afterwards is to make the button have some sort of affordances. So when we mouse over, it's working. Okay, so now we're going to create a hover. So when we scroll, we know that we can click this button when this button is hovering. Okay, when the mouse is hovering. So what we're going to do over here is we are going to create another selector called my button. Click over here, double dot, hover. Okay, so in this hover, you can go to the background, click on the background, select the color that is similar, maybe lighter a little bit, okay, to the button that you have chosen. Okay, so now the button is have a hover, save all. Okay, so we'll go back to over here. So I want to refresh. We see that hover is working. Okay, so it's just that it turned into my cursor. Okay, so we're going to make the adjustment on the cursor so that it will become a cursor when I hover this button. Okay, so go back over here to the button. So what we wanted it to do when we hover this button, okay, the cursor will be changing. Okay, so you go back to the button, click on more over here. So you can type over there cur, so it will give a suggestion cursor. So cursor you put over there pointer. Okay, so once already pointer are added into our properties, so we can have a look. Okay, so this is what we wanted to have for now. It's a pointer, so save your file, preview. So by right, so it's changed into this hand, okay, which is good. Okay, so now when when the user scroll down into your website, okay, they have back to top, easier for them to navigate. Just click over here, so it will comes back over here. Okay, so please include this button inside your website, and you should be able to complete your site. Okay, so have a good day everyone.